This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Skin clean and nice and ting and ting. I'm Tiffany Cannon, Reggae Girl Striker, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share and subscribe, please.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah?
Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like and share. Is that the right order?
It's knocking on the door for the first time in 6 years. 6 years since the Caribbean's oldest, fiercest, and most potent rivalry was ignited. It's more than just dancehall versus soca, more than just reggae versus calypso, more than just Chris Gayle against Brian Lara, more than just Miss World versus Miss Universe, which Jamaica has the edge in titles, more than just the Caribbean Cup crowns. It is the Reggae Boys of Jamaica against the Soca Warriors of Trinidad and Tobago. The battle, the rivalry, the fixture has produced so many wonderful moments, from Tyrone Marshall scoring from 35 yards out to Chris Birchall's retirement from international football on home soil against Jamaica, to Andre Blake's super save as Jamaica clinched the Caribbean Cup on home soil. This fixture is deeper, much deeper than just football. This is us versus them. In cricket, it's the Talawas versus the Knight Riders, or the Scorpions versus the Red Force. From Dwight York to Russell Latapy to Dennis Lawrence to Arnold Dwarka to Nigel Pearce to Jerry Nixon, Paisley Crawford to George Bovell to Kishorn Walcott. From the Peter Cargills, the Nandi Lowes, the Walter Boyds, the Warren Barretts, the Donald Quarries, the Arthur Wince, the Herb McKinleys, Jack Warner, Captain Horace Burrell, René Simoes, Clovis de Oliveira, Ian Porterfield, Leo Bean Haka, Saul Campbell. This is Jamaica versus Trinidad and Tobago. Only 1,915 kilometers separates both countries, but both have left a lasting imprint on the world that will forever be on the lips of millions worldwide. So whether you are in Port of Spain, Tunapuna, John John, Laventil, Laventure, Cuva, Arima, Santa Cruz, San Fernando, or Kingston, Clarendon, Manchester, Trelawney, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Portland, you are in for episode 61 of this tempestuous rivalry. Good evening, everyone. I'm Simon Preston, and this is Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the match preview. Jamaica against Trinidad and Tobago at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. This is more than just football. This is deeper than just football. This is us versus them. That is where we are right now. That is where we are. So where do we begin? Where does this rivalry begin? How far back should we go? And where did this rivalry start to ignite? Well, to answer all of those questions, we have to go back to 1935. In 1935 was the first time that both teams faced each other in an international match. In that game, Jamaica fell 1-0 to Trinidad and Tobago. It was January 2nd, 1935, as the Trinidadians walked away with a 1-0 victory. Jamaica did get their revenge, though, a week later, as they clipped Trinidad and Tobago by 2-1. The rivalry wasn't really building in that time frame, but the 40s, things started to pick up. That's right, 1947 was the start of this going into second gear. Jamaica went on a 4-game unbeaten run against Trinidad and Tobago, but after that, it was the black, red, and white 5 wins straight against the Jamaicans in the late 40s. In the 50s, it was a mixed bag with the Jamaicans and the Trinidadians sharing the spoils. Independence time came around with Jamaica getting independence on August 6th, 1962. The Trinidadians got independence later that month. Same year, 1962. In the mid-60s, the Trinidadians held the upper hand. Coming into the 80s, the Jamaicans started to build a little bit of momentum. But on the region, it was Trinidad and Tobago, as they were minutes away from Italia 90. But other things happened. Other things transpired, and in front of 60,000 fans at the Hazley Crawford Stadium, the Americans booked their ticket to Italia 90. And that opened the floodgate of the spin-offs of amazing things that have followed over the next 3 decades. 94 World Cup, Major League Soccer, international players coming into the league, more players who are born outside of the United States to American parents or grandparents wanting to represent the land of their heritage. All of this transpired in just a few short years and opened the door for the United States' run to the quarterfinals of the 2002 World Cup. In the 90s, it was the Jamaicans. In 2001, Trinidad and Tobago defeated Jamaica 2-1 in the Caribbean Cup. Little did they know that that would be their only win against Jamaica for 12 years. They recorded back-to-back wins in 2013. And a decade onwards, they have not defeated the Jamaicans. We could go to other sports. We really could, where this rivalry has intensified. Cricket, Caribbean T20. Jamaica has played Trinidad and Tobago in a number of finals. Stanford T20 in 2008. Both teams met in the final in 2008, with the Trinidadians holding the upper hand. We could go to the CPL, where the Jamaica Talwas clinched the first ever CPL title. That's right. This is when Trinidad and Tobago were known as the Red Steel. We could go to women's football, where the Soca Princesses were very close to a historic qualification to Canada 2015. But it was the Reggae Girls who were the trendsetters in the Caribbean once again. 1998, Jamaica, the trendsetters, the first English-speaking Caribbean nation to qualify for the World Cup. 8 years on, it was the men from the Eastern Caribbean that marched their way to Germany and secured a historic point against the Scandinavians of Sweden. Since then, both teams have had their fair share of appearances at different age group tournaments. Trinidad and Tobago has been to an under-17 World Cup, which was in 2007 in South Korea, and they went to the under-20 World Cup 2 years after in, that's right, Egypt. Jamaica went to an under-17 World Cup. That was 2011 in Mexico. Since then, Trinidad and Tobago haven't qualified for a men's World Cup. They did host an under-17 World Cup on the women's side in 2010, and they hosted a men's under-17 World Cup in 2001. This is deeper than football. We could go back to the days of Shelley-Ann Fraser-Price against Michelle Liai. We could even go back to Hazley Crawford's battle against Donald Quarry, Bert Cameron. There's so much different angles we can take for this. Karen Pollard against Andre Russell, Chris Gale, Brian Lara, Ian Bishop, Courtney Walsh. So many different spin-offs to this. But this evening, it's all about football. Thank you very much for everyone that tuned in. And I hope you had an opportunity to listen to the preamble that I had earlier, because this is important. Very, very important because of what this fixture represents, about what this means, about what this fixture has done. Because since 2014, this fixture has not been the same. Trinidad and Tobago, their normalization committee, since the Gold Cup 2015, Trinidad and Tobago have not been Trinidad, but they're trying their way to get back up to where they want to be. No more Kenwyn Jones, but they still have quality parts at their disposal right now. And a mercurial talent on the rise. And we'll get shortly as to what Angus Eve had to say about his team leading into this fixture. But first, let's look at the recent fixture in terms of history between both teams. Let's do that right away. So, 25 wins, 25 losses, and 10 draws. That's the head-to-head between both teams. Now, what about Jamaica's record against Trinidad and Tobago in recent history? Well, let's go back to 2001. Tyrone Marshall scoring for the Jamaicans in a 1-0 victory. Barry Hales was fouled, but Tyrone Marshall decided to take up the ball outside the box, shoot from long range, and beat Shaka Hislop. For me, one of the best goals we've ever seen at the National Stadium in the 21st century. Also in 2001, in the reverse leg of the qualifiers, Andy Lowe scoring the equaliser at the Queen's Park Oval, but Dion Burton getting the winner for Jamaica. 2005, Luton Shelton scoring for Jamaica in a 2-1 victory over Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados in the Caribbean Cup. 2008, it was a 2-2 draw, and Marlon King with arguably his most aesthetically pleasing goal for Jamaica. Marlon King scoring in that occasion. And who else scored in that game as well? Tyrone Marshall. Also in 2008, there were a couple of friendlies. Eric Vernon scored for Jamaica in a 1-1 draw in the Caribbean Cup at the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium. 2010, the Jamaicans recorded a 3-1 victory and a 1-0 victory. That's right. By 2013, under Winfred Schaefer, there were back-to-back losses. 2014, though, in the Caribbean Cup, he got his revenge. Michael Seaton was the only Jamaican that missed his kick as Jamaica clinched their 6th Caribbean Cup title. And the most recent one in 2017, Fabian Reid and Jamil Hardware, they were the goal scorers for the Jamaicans as they scored on debut at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in a 2-1 victory over Trinidad and Tobago. Before we look at an 11, give you my thoughts about proceedings, hearing what has been happening on the Trinidad and Tobago side of things, let me go through a couple of the comments and then we press forward. Bessa's documentary says, bless up Simon, hope you're doing well. Dexter's Lab says, big up Simon, love the intro bro, feels like the build up to a super clash. Thanks very much, really appreciate it guys, thank you very much. Balotelli says, bless up Simon P, big up guys. Buen partido en Parque Deporte Local, bueno, San Marcos, ahí hola, te metaco en San Luis, Humberto Suazo. Gracias para esta información, encanta mucho. Yeah, Karen McGee is not in this squad. So Trinidad and Tobago have been in camp. They trained twice at the Captain Horsborough Center of Excellence. And what I'm going to do for you right now is basically play for you what is being said from the Trinidadian standpoint. How are they feeling ahead of today's contest? How are they looking forward to this game? Are they optimistic? How are they feeling? Is it one that they're looking forward to? Well, we have to find out. And that is exactly what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to play for you Angus Eve, what he has been saying leading into this encounter against Jamaica, leading into the contest. So here we go.
That it's kind of, I guess, rebuilding. You're not going to creatively, but you can say it's probably team-wise as well. Where are you in terms of this project of yours of trying to get back into the top of the division and hopefully maybe even a show for
Yeah, these two games will tell a lot because Jamaica brought a very good team, a lot of foreign-based players inside the team. So we have primarily a locally based team with a sprinkling about 2 senior guys who we haven't seen for a while. So we want to see them in the game to see if they could get the squad come Nations League later this month. So it will tell us a good bit about where our football is if we could play against these class of players with our local based players.
Does it mean that players like Jonathan Jones is back in the side? Do you feel that it's more on his shoulders now to shoulder that leadership role?
Not really. Joven is now actually trying to make back the team because we haven't had him after the first game in the Nations League because he fell out of favor with his club. He wasn't fit. And now he's a free agent on the catch as you see. So this is an opportunity for him to also show himself. He's been training well with the group. And hopefully, he can stake a claim for a space in the squad that comes.
And I know that you have 2, promising 18-year-olds in the squad. Can you tell us about them and what are you hoping to see if they get the chance they would?
We wanted a couple more. Unfortunately, some of the clubs had preseason trips and we didn't get some of the younger guys that we wanted. But we have about 8 or 9 uncapped players in the squad, and those 2 guys really exciting. Kile, we've been after him for a little bit over a while, and he's really wanted to be a part of this. He had some issues before. We're expecting big things from him. And also Nathaniel, who went to us with the under-20s, he was only 17 at that time. And he was the second, one of the top 5 top scorers in that tournament, which we came out of a very difficult group. So we're looking for things from him also. He's one definitely we think for the future. He's pending. He's just on a trial in Norway, and we're hoping that he will secure the contract that he went out on.
Similarly, both these games are outside the international window. Like Jamaica is looking for, I guess, a Gold Cup audition, but yours is more serious with the CONCACAF Nations League. What are you hoping to make sure to get out of these 2 games, whether it's attacking wise or style of play?
The style of play, basically, because we've been trying to change culture back to what we used to do a long time. So we want to make the team very strong defensively. That's an area that we think we lacked in a lot in the past. And we always had flair, we always had attacking play, but making the team a little bit more resolute defensively and more organized, and allow the front players to go on and create and be themselves.
Obviously, the World Cup, in terms of how you get to the World Cup, is going to be very structured, very interesting. It's no longer a hexagonal, octagonal, but it's a process, and like a more process, 2 rounds to get there. But I want to find out from you, do you feel that the way that it's structured, do you feel that it's the best chance that you guys have to make that the World Cup for the first time?
I like the old way because probably I'm old school, the way we go through, everybody play one another and we go to the hex, The CONCACAF is very different in that regard. I'm not a fixture expert, but everybody else, if you go in Europe, Malta gets to play England and England goes into Malta, and whoever the big teams are, they go home by the minnows, It's sort of different here in the CONCACAF, and we just have to adapt it because we really have no choice in the matter.
I know in terms terms of it's not something that you would have liked, but the opportunity with Mexico, Canada, and USA not having to worry about that, do you feel that it gives you at least a best chance in terms of with this group to try and build something that you can really challenge together?
Well, we have unattached players, and Jamaica bringing in players with passport and parents from Europe every day. Curacao just brought in 6 more. I'm doing my homework, and you see, Suriname is doing the same thing. So it's not as easy as people is going to think. Costa Rica is still a powerhouse. They've been to the how much World Cups. You have Panama inside of there, so it's not easy. But I think that we think we can do it if we settle down and come together as a country and really back the team as you guys are doing over here. And if we can do that, then I think we have a good chance of qualifying, to be honest.
Do you feel, and finally, in terms of your recruiting, do you feel that there's maybe a little bit increase in demand for players that want to maybe represent Trinidad? Is that something that you're hoping to get that kind of overseas?
Yeah, we do have demand. The problem is that we have a grandparent issue which I've been lamenting over and over and over. So I don't want to beat the dead horse. We could only get players who have direct parentage to come over, unlike you guys who could bring third generation and stuff like that. So we're not worried. Traditionally, when we went to the World Cup in 2006, the only foreign-based player we really had, well, not born in Trinidad, that is, was Chris Burchell. So we normally and traditionally produce good players. So there's the route that we have to go, and we can't think about something that we cannot do. We just have to be in the space that we have and work with what we have. And you'll see on Saturday, and you'll see next week Tuesday this group of guys. You'll see.
In terms of the Trinidad fans, what is your message to them in terms of, I guess, with this group and your project?
Well, I mean, it's a young, as I said, we have 8 or 9 guys have never been capped here, and everybody's going to play. It's a process for me. The only so we can go through that process is sometimes you have to fall down, make it fall down 7 times, you get back up 8. So this is one of them occasions that we're going to allow the guys to go out there and play, and everybody's going to play. The whole squad is going to play in the 2 matches because we want to see as much players as possible.
No problem. Thanks a lot, Coach. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
That was Angus Eve, the head coach of Trinidad and Tobago, speaking about his squad, what lies ahead, and that there are 8 or 9 fringe players within the squad, and they are hoping that they will get an opportunity to play. For those of you that are just tuning in, welcome aboard. Good evening. I hope you guys are well. And if you guys haven't already, I implore you and I encourage you to watch the first 22 minutes, which you did not get to see. So I encourage you to go ahead and watch that. And then we take it from there. All right. So we can be able to process that. And then from there, we can be able to speak directly in relation to matters of this match. I spoke about what has been happening from the Trinidad and Tobago side of things. From the Jamaican side of things, training has been good. Jamaica has been good. They have been effective in their routine. They've been rock solid. They've been working hard. Working very hard. And the Coach Heimer Hallgrimsson, he's very happy with what he has seen. Very much so. And everything seems to be falling into place little by little. Mariapa has been speaking with the new faces of the squad, the Splats, the Lambikisa, the Casanova, about this game, about the rivalry, about playing for Jamaica. And this is something that he did even from the flight over from London. So it was something that was ingrained. So it was something that was done quite well. I'm going to give you my starting 11 quite shortly in terms of who I would like to see. But first, let's take a couple of comments. Wickedman Chris said that he's going to rubbish Angus Eve's statement about players from Europe. The small iron programs aren't appealing. That's not what he's saying, you know. What he's saying is that Jamaica has the availability of being able to call up players who have parents and grandparents that were born in Jamaica. What he's saying is that for Trinidad don't have the luxury of calling up players whose grandparents were born in Trinidad. They find persons whose parents were born in Trinidad and Tobago, but not grandparents. They don't have that luxury. So that is the point that he was lamenting in that matter in particular. And it's true. Remember, Trinidad and Tobago has half the population of Jamaica. 1.5 million people, Jamaica 3 million people. So quite naturally, the diaspora is much smaller. And if you look at the Trini diaspora, Canada, they have a bulk in Canada. Jamaica, a bulk in the UK. Much, much more than the Trini diaspora within the UK, which is not a very large contingent. There's even more Bayesian diaspora than Trini diaspora within the UK. So I hope that answers that for you. Yes, Jadon Sancho could have played for Jamaica, yes. But I do understand what you're saying. Big up, Spin. Hope you're doing good. Dante's, he's doing okay. He's doing okay. So now that we have this, you guys would have seen the recent history between both teams. And you would have seen that since the turn of the century, Jamaica's only ever lost 3 times to Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica's most recent game, a 2-1 victory, a friendly international in 2017. The last time both teams faced each other in Jamaica was 2014. And we all know what happened that day. Jamaica won the 2014 edition of the Caribbean Cup after a 0-0 draw in regular time, but on penalties, Jamaica won 4-3. That game was at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. In addition, tomorrow's game falls on the 3-year anniversary of Jamaica's victory against Bermuda, which was also at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Jordan Fletcher and Kemar Bushy-Beckford were the goal scorers for Jamaica in that game. Yeah. That's right. Yes, Chris, Curacao are doing their homework. Aruba are doing their homework. Everybody doing their homework. So let's now go into something else, and that is in relation to the team. A part that, and a bit that I know you guys will be excited about. How could Jamaica line up tomorrow? So this is what I'm going to go with for the game. I'm going to go with the natural 4-4-2. Same thing that Jamaica used against Argentina and against Cameroon. Jamaica went with something similar in a sense. Now, let's go. 4-4-2. How would I like to line up tomorrow? Well, Kemar Foster, his second cap for Jamaica. Why? I think that Jamali Waite, who is a USL player, should be playing this weekend for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds in the USL. And then, of course, it will make himself available for selection for the game on Tuesday in Kingston. Left back, we're going to go with Ricardo Thomas. At right back, we're going to give a debut. We're going to give a debut to the man who plays for Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League. And that is Dexter Lembekiso, former under-20 reggae boy. At centre-half, we're going to go with Richard King. And beside Richard King, we're going to go with Captain Adrian Mariappa. Let's go a little bit more advanced now. In central midfield, let's go with Ravel Morrison. And beside him, we're going to have Delano Splat. Now, on one side, we're going to have Lamar Walker. And on the other side, we're going to have Dwayne Busy Atkinson. The front two. So that's 2 debutants so far. 1, 2. Up top now, We're going to give Omari Hutchinson his official first cap for Jamaica. And alongside him, we're going to give the speedster, Colin Anderson. That is the 11 that I'm going with for this game against Trinidad and Tobago. 4-4-2. That's what I've gone with for this game. I do expect a couple more debutants. I do expect there to be a few players to be making their debut because remember, 12 of the 25 players that are in the Jamaican squad are uncapped. So I think it will be close. Perhaps 4 or 5 players could represent Jamaica over the next few days. Well, tomorrow I should say. Tyler Roberts is another one. He's another one to pay keen and special attention to. Tyler Roberts. Other players who will be looking for a cap, well, players that are uncapped. Asher Hutchinson, the 18-year-old from Arnett Gardens. Jamali Wade played his first game for Jamaica against Cameroon. So he has 1 cap to his name. Shane Staple, Sule McCullough, uncapped. Fitzroy Cummings is also uncapped. Dexter Lembikisa is uncapped. Dante Casanova is uncapped. Delano Splat is uncapped. Tyler Roberts is uncapped. Colin Anderson is uncapped. Javante Stewart is uncapped. Dejon Richards is uncapped. Jordan Fletcher is the only attacker that has caps. 2 goals for Jamaica, 1 against Bermuda, 1 against Qatar. Omari Hutchinson, he played for Jamaica against Catalonia, but as we know, Catalonia are not a country. So while he did play for Jamaica, it was not an official cap. Yeah, that's how it is. So that's the situation now. Omari Hutchinson is 19. He'll be 20 later this year. Dexter Lembikisa will be 20 in November. Tyler Roberts will be 20 in December. How many teenagers are in the squad? Well, Asha Hutchinson is 1. Dexter Lembikisa is 2. Omari Hutchinson is 3. Dante Casanova is 4. Delano Splat is 5. Tyler Roberts is 6. And Dejon Whisper Richards. That's 7 teenagers in the squad. 7 teenagers within the squad. 7 teenagers within the squad. Yeah, remember he said it. It was Chris Burchill. Chris Burchill is the person that he was talking about, and Angus Eve mentioned it in the video that you're watching. Well, listening, I should say. Angus Eve spoke about 1 English-born player in the squad, and it was Chris Burchill. And that's not entirely true because Shaka Hislop was not born in Trinidad and Tobago. Shaka Hislop was actually born in England. So Shaka Hislop, yeah, he might have gone to school in Trinidad and Tobago, but Shaka Hislop was born in England. Yeah. Well, yeah, his mom was born on the island. Yeah. I think you're just saying about that because it wouldn't make no sense. I don't know who you're talking about. My left back I have there is Ricardo Thomas. Yes, Dexter Lembikisa is naturally a left back, but in this game in particular, I would like to have him as a right back. But yes, you are correct. He is naturally as a right back. So a left back, I should say. If you put Dexter Lembikisa as a left back, that is something that could be looked at in the second game in Kingston. That's what we could look at. I think there's just Rope, Open Barnes, and Addy. And again, Barnes hasn't played football since the Catalonia game. Dylan Barnes. Let's see what Kemar Foster has to do. Let's see what he has to say. And let's also see if Hutchinson will get an opportunity. Tyrone is here. Okay, guys. So, guys, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and we're going to be back with so much more right here on Reggae Boys Commentary. All right, stay with us. We'll be back in literally 1 minute. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. Why would he bring 4 strikers? What do you mean? Yeah, but guess what? Just because you're playing in a 4-4-2 doesn't mean that you're going to occupy the role or that position as a center forward. You could operate here and come in centrally. You could start here and then come in centrally. It's not that black and white. So don't think of it in that way, Brian Brown. Very good look for the future. Yeah, it is. It is a very good look, and we have to look forward to what lies ahead for sure. Brown man, no problem with him, but I just want Jamil paying for himself for the league. Not sure what you're referring to here, Chris, but you can elaborate. Who are the other options available on the bench? Asher Hutchinson, Jamali Waite won't be available for this first game, based on my understanding. Shane Staples, Suda McCullough, Fitzroy Cummings, Jamoy Topi, Sean Anglin, Alwyn Harvey, Anthony Casanova, Damari Phillips, Tyler Roberts, Colin Anderson, Trevante Stewart. The battle of the top 2 scorers in the league, Trevante or Colin Anderson? Yeah. Colin or Trevante? Colin or Trevante? How's that? How about that? What do you guys think about that? How does that sound? Let me know what you guys have to say in the comments about the 11, if you guys have a slightly different take, but this is what I'm going to look at. Reese is 2-0 to Jamaica. Yeah, I remember that. I'm going to give you my thoughts in a few. Solid lineup, okay. Wait, or however him name spell. I don't want him. Rather come, him can miss this one and come for the next one. Well, Jamali Waite will be available for the game on Tuesday, all being well. So that is for sure. Yeah. So that is what I expect. And I anticipate him to feature in the game on Tuesday. So Kemar Foster should get his second cap. Yeah. So look forward to that. I just reach, so I just assume team. I try to see Omari reach a forward. Omari is a forward. Expect to see a glimpse of the style of play. Sorry, I won't be at the Mobe game tomorrow. We have work. Which number Whisper is going to wear? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which number he's going to wear. Rob King says, good young squad. It is a very young squad. It is a young squad. because you have 7 teenagers. 7 teenagers within the squad. Asha Hutchinson, Dexter Lambikisa, Amari Hutchinson, Dante Casanova, Delano Splatt, Tyler Roberts, Dejon Richards. That's 7 teenagers in the squad. And there are very few players in the squad that are above the age of 30. We can literally count them on our hand. So Kimara Foster is 30, Suda is 30, Adrian Mariappa is 30, Ravel is 30. That's it. Everybody else, Tyler Roberts, Colin Anderson, 23, sorry. Trevante, 22. Jordan Fletcher, 24. 24. Alwyn Harvey, 25. Lamar Phillips, 24. Anglin, 21. Can you beat Anglin? It's 21, and 2020 feels like just yesterday. And remember, he did make his debut for Jamaica. That's Deshaun Anglin against Bermuda at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Remember that? 2-0 victory, and he played in the game against Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Harbor View, so I'm at Miami in 2021. No, he's back locally. That's Anglin. Ricardo Thomas, 25. 25 years old. Yeah. Jamali Wade's 24. Kimar Foster, 30. Yeah. So that's where we are right now. What are you guys saying in the comments? I'm interested to hear what you guys will have to say. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, but it is a match that we're all looking forward to. And it's one that we should anticipate. And we want to say a special congratulations to Coach Helgrimson's son, Helgrimer Hymason, who is coaching right now in Iceland. And I know you guys might be saying, why doesn't Coach Helgrimson's son have the same last name as him? So in Iceland, it's very different to how they do names. So if you have a son, your last name is not the same as your last name if you're a father. So the surname of your son will be your first name and then son. So Jaime Helgrimson had a son. So Jaime Helgrimson's son would be Heimerson. That will be his last name. So that will be his last name. Hopefully that solves it for you guys. So that's why you see on the Iceland team, all the players in the squad ending in the name Son. Finnbonason, Sigurdsson, Greta Steinson. You guys remember Greta Steinson, right? From his time at Bolton Wanderers. You guys remember him. Yeah, you guys remember him. So it's along those same lines, which is why you have every single man that is Icelandic. Their last name ends in son. Gunnarsson, Gudmundsson, Sigurdsson, Magnusson, Bjarnason. Along those lines. Players that names doesn't end in son, like Daniel Juric from Bulgaria. It's because he was born in Bulgaria to a Serbian father and a Bulgarian mother, but he was played in Iceland, so that's the reason why he qualifies for Iceland. He's played in Iceland is for a lot of his club career, and of course gaining citizenship and being able to represent that country. Fredrik Schramm was born in Denmark, so Danish father, Icelandic mom. So you can tell from those names. Good young squad, yeah. Today? No, early this morning at the Montego Bay Sports Complex at 10 or 10:30, there wasn't a press conference, but there was a briefing at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Yeah. You can watch the match tomorrow at the Montego Bay Sports Complex in Catherine Hall. I believe in young players. I'm going to see the game. You're going to the game? Who is going to the game tomorrow? Raise your hand in the chat. Anybody who's going to the match tomorrow physically at the Catherine Hall, the Montego Bay Sports Complex, raise your hand right now. Mario Russell says, bless up, Simon. Bless up, how are you? The game won't be on television, not on local television tomorrow, no. It won't be on local television tomorrow. But we'll see how everything unfolds, right? Still a lot to analyze and to go through, but no, the game will not be on television tomorrow. We'll see what and how the future progresses, but no, it won't be. It won't be. So that's something for you guys to bear in mind. All right. Brian Brown says you're going to the match. Okay. All right. Well, all being well, and God spares my life, then you'll see me. Robert King says me. Ekarik says list the top 5 pitches in Jamaica. Catherine Hall. No. What am I saying? Captain Horace World Center of Excellence. You have the National Stadium. You have Greaves Field. You have Winchester Park and Sabina Park, just in terms of the surfaces by itself. Yeah, you guys have to go to Greaves Field. Greaves Field is one of the best fields in the country. And you guys say, okay, where is Greaves Field? Well, Greaves Field is actually located at Hillel Academy. Hillel Academy has one of the best fields in the country. But you know, the situation is that we use that field for football, use that field for lacrosse, and also for a little bit of track and field as well. Good surface, ball rolls quite well, and it's properly maintained. It's some good work being done on that surface. The game is tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Robert King says, I'm bringing my daughter to see the game. Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, I know Reno has a very good field. I don't know the situation in relation to the drainage system when it rains, because I know when it was the Craven National Premier League, there were some concerns there, but I know Reno has a good surface for sure. Will the game be live on TV? No. No, the game won't be on television. And are you referring to the Froome Sports Complex, Top Boy? Are you referring to Froome Sports Complex? Because I know Froome Sports Complex is usually where you'd have them play. And isn't that where the Manning School plays as well? You know. Because if you're referring to Froome Sports Complex, then I would have to say that you're right on the money in terms of the quality of the surface, because of how it is. And I like the breeze that is there. I like the atmosphere. It really is a good surface. And I remember watching a couple of years ago, it was Froome Technical against Green Island, Froome Sports Complex, first leg of the D Cup. Yeah, it's one of the best pitches I know. I want to go there. I want to go to the Froome Sports Complex, where I want to go and watch football. It's a good game. It's a good field. I remember Froome played St. James there recently in schoolgirl football. think it was 2 days ago, in fact. Yeah, it's a good field. Yeah. So, hopefully that answers your question. Yeah. So, what else are you guys saying? Let me know your thoughts. Let's see what you guys have to say in the comments. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you guys have to say. How are you guys feeling ahead of the fixture tomorrow? And let me know as well your score predictions in the comments as well. Tell me what you have to say. And I will let you know my own as well. I'll let you know my thoughts heading into the game tomorrow. But I can say right now, I am feeling good, feeling optimistic, feeling calm ahead of what lies ahead. I think it's a great time to look forward to. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. What are you guys saying? Evening, good evening. What's going on, bro? Hope you're doing good. Big up yourself. Hope you are doing well. Yep, Anthony Spalding Sports Complex is a good venue. Really good venue as well. Waterhouse Mini Stadium, room for improvement. Yeah. Yes, good evening, Bossy. How are things? How are you? How's everything? In 2008, a group of resident came and fixed the field, drainage, and everything. But the person who was in charge of the field make it run down. I understand. What's that field? It's a decent surface. Decent. You know? The field is closed down now, is owned by the factory. Okay. King David says Jamaica 3, Trinidad and Tobago 0. Okay. Okay, Patrick, this is what you do. You're going to go to London Gatwick, and then from London Gatwick, you're going to take a flight to the Norman Manley International Airport. Right? Wait. No, you're going to take a flight to the Montego Bay Sports Complex, to Donald Sangster, and then from there, 10-15 minute drive, boom, you're at the Catherine Hall. How does that sound? Sounds good, right? Yeah. But yeah, I was there in St. Elizabeth where Jamaica's under-17 team took on Trinidad. And yeah, I was pleased with the surface. You know, there was the cricket pitch, so players had to be careful where they stepped and everything. Youth Inspiration Uplifting says Jamaica 4, Trinidad and Tobago 1. Okay. All right. Dexter's Lab. Guys, everybody say big up to Dexter. Dexter is a G. Go on and watch his video. You know what he has done about 4-4-2. So Dexter say 4-4-2, right? So you can't go wrong with 4-4-2, you know. I know you guys love this, but you can't go wrong with 4-4-2. Right, Dexter? Tell the people that, man. Tell the people, Dexter. See? All right here, so 4-4-2. Can't go wrong with that at all. I'm seeing 3-1 in favor of Jamaica. Very excited about these two games and the squad. Hoping to make it to the match Tuesday. Hoping we can dominate both matches. Optimistic. All right. Very, very looking forward to it as well. Adam McGregor, how are you doing, bro? Hope you and the family are doing good. Big up Dexter and Simon. Big up Adam. Hope you're doing well. Guys, go ahead and big up Ryan. Tell Ryan, big up yourself, and you know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, go ahead, big up Ryan in the chat, and Ryan, you can let us know how you feel about the game for tomorrow. Big up yourself, Ryan. Big up yourself, Mario. Big up, boss. Matchit says, who is the striker? So in my team, I have gone with Omari Hutchinson. I've gone with Colin Anderson. Those are the two that I've gone with for the game tomorrow. Their options, Trevante Stewart is another option as well. You also have Whisper, Dejon Richards. I anticipate half an hour or less from him, but I think the Kingston leg is a match where we could see more from him. But without a shadow of a doubt, St. James people, Montego Bay people have been buying tickets and will be at the game tomorrow. The support for the game at the Montego Bay Sports Complex against Paraguay for the Reggae Girls, fantastic. Fantastic. Montego Bay people love their football. Love their football immensely. Immensely. I anticipate nothing less tomorrow. You can answer 4-4-2. What do you? Yes, big up Reggae coach. Yo, Haka. Yes. BAHC says, we, the diaspora, bought the Adidas jersey. The JFF has responded by not allowing to stream the match, free or otherwise. If you guys want me to stream tomorrow, the game, then hit the like button right now and take this video to 200 likes. If that's what you guys want, then I'll work on it. How long is the drive from Kingston to Mumbai again? Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, guys. Jerome says, fireman. 90 of us here help up like the show. That's right, guys. Hit the like button. Tell us exactly how you feel. And what I'm going to do right now to add things for you guys as well is I want to know something else. I want to know how you guys feel about a particular matter. So what we're going to do right now is have a poll. All right? We're going to have a poll right now. And what I want you guys to do is to vote within the poll. Okay? So the question for the poll. About your score prediction for the game tomorrow. Okay? So you can check in the comments right now so you guys can give me your thoughts about that. Okay? Poll is now active for you guys to go ahead and vote in. So quite simply, guys, hit the like button. There's 90 of you guys. Come on, guys, hit the like button now. Let's go. And then after that, you go into the chat and you press and vote. Vote. What is your score prediction for the game tomorrow? Let's hear what you guys have to say. Let's see what you guys have to say. All right, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and go ahead and vote in the poll. Okay, good. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man, Jerome. I've driven to Mumbai before, even for the game against Bermuda the last time that Jamaica played at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. I drove from Kingston to Montego Bay. I left Kingston probably around 10, 11. I got there around 2. The match was at 7. I got something to eat on the road, came back. I left from a hotel, went to the stadium. Boom, boom. Tevin Campbell says Jamaica 3, Trinidad and Tobago 0. I'll give you my thoughts after I read through these comments. Damien from McGregor says, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Damien. How are you? Tony Rogers says, I feel Jamaica is now in good hands. However, results must be forthcoming. 4-0 for Jamaica once they attack. A 7 more on them get, says Mario. I chose 1-0, but I was thinking 2. Jerome says, I predict 6-1 in favor of JA. 6-1. The 6 is real. Yeah. Everything in time, Dexter. Everything in time for sure. Good night. When is the game thing? The game is on Saturday at the at the Catherine Hall Sports Complex, the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Okay, so the game will be at the Montego Bay Sports Complex tomorrow, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Montego Bay Sports Complex. Dwayne Peter says 2-1 Jamaica. Simon, add 6 and 7 to the polls. What do we know about Trinidad? Well, I've discussed a little bit about Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm going to go a little bit into Trinidad and Tobago right now. But I did speak about them, and let's start from here. Their head coach, Angus Eve, is 51 years old. He's the most capped player in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. 117 caps, and he scored 34 goals for his country. He was a midfielder. He scored 34 goals for Trinidad. He was a vital member of the team, very, very important member of the team from a playing standpoint. He retired from international football after not being considered for the 2006 World Cup squad. He did play a part in the qualifiers for that campaign, though. He was part of Trinidad and Tobago squad for the Gold Cup in 96, 2000 when they went to the semi-finals, 2002, 2005, and he was the coach of the team for the 2021 edition of the Gold Cup. Trinidad and Tobago in the 2021 edition of the Gold Cup did not pass the group stages of the competition. They were actually eliminated in the group stage after they drew against Mexico. They had a 0-0 draw against Mexico, and then after that they lost 2-0 to El Salvador, and then they drew 1-1 with Guatemala. So that was their passage from the Gold Cup. Now, in terms of the specific squad itself, let's learn a little bit more of Trinidad and Tobago. Stern John is their top scorer, 70 international goals. He's coaching. Yeah, he's coaching them. The Trinidad and Tobago squad, Marvin Phillip, he's the man between the sticks that will most likely play for the Trinidadian outfit. Alvin Jones, Jovin Jones, two players to keep an eye on. Noah Powder, although he doesn't have a club, he does have experience playing within the United States, playing for Real Monarchs, Real Salt Lake, different teams. Kevin Molino is not involved for the team, the Trinidadian team. But I'll repeat again, the player to keep a close eye on from the Trinidadian standpoint will be, if he gets the nod, Keely Ouvre. 18 years old, Trinidadian mom, Guadeloupean dad, born in France, was in Lille's academy, now playing at Sporting Kansas City in the United States. That's where he is right now. Trinidad have a very compelling squad, and the reason why I say that is bearing in mind this is a unit that have not played club football since COVID. In fact, the TT Pro League resumes this evening in Trinidad and Tobago. And in their training and preparation, they did not train for 1 week because of Carnival. They took a 1 week break from training because of Carnival. It's still something that, I don't want to say bemuses me, but I am mystified about it. It makes me feel like, why? Perplexed, bemused, bewildered, puzzled by it. Carnival is a religion in Trinidad, I get that, but so is the game of football. Priorities? That makes you think, doesn't it? Jermaine Chamber says, okay. Dwayne Thomas says Jamaica 4-1. King Judah says Jamaica 3, Trinidad and Tobago 0. Jerome 876 says, yeah, I think Coach Green will set us up to run riot. Jermaine Chamber says Jamaica 3-1. Simon Telejeff, Kyle Duncan from New York Red Bulls, good player. He is a good player, very, very good player. Lennon Henry says the starting 11. Who are the overseas players who will play for the Reggae Boys tomorrow? You'll see tomorrow, my friend. Angus Eve, a general. Angus Eve is... He was a good player. Yeah, he was a good player. And I remember him in the middle of the park, busybody sort of player. I remember Arnold Duarica, the Rastaman. He was so energetic, so lively. Angus Eve did play overseas too at Chester City. So he had that experience about playing abroad. Arnold Duarica, he was the talented player that I was like, wow, this guy has so much and all the talent in the world. Played a lot in the Far East. You know, was a talented player. Extremely talented player, Arnold Duarica. Also playing in the middle of the park as well. Born in Santa Cruz. Football in Trinidad and Tobago is trying to get back on the up and up. They're working on it, they're working on it, they're working on it. So, it's been quite a journey. See what you guys are also saying in the comments. Warren Webster says, let's be realistic. When was the last time we gave a quality Caribbean team by more than 3 goals difference? Well, Jamaica did defeat Antigua and Barbuda 6-0 in the CONCACAF Nations League in 2019. So 6-0 in the Nations League. But you said quality Caribbean team. It's been a while. Well, if you're beating a team 6-0 in the Caribbean, honestly, I don't think it's quality, to be quite frank with you, because Jamaica has had 12-0 and 11-0 victories over St. Martin and the US Virgin Islands. So those are results that we've had in the past. Jamaica 3-2, okay. Dave Guichard says Jamaica 14-1, okay. Like of the show, Reggae Boys, we want to RBC to stream the live tomorrow. Like of the live, guys. Like of the live. Come on, guys. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's go. Let's get to 100 likes right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And it's interesting what has been said in the poll right now in terms of the score predictions for tomorrow. Some of you have varying things in terms of the score predictions. Some of you are leaning towards a bigger margin of victory, while some of you are leaning to a smaller margin of victory. So it's interesting to see the different views that you guys have at this point in time. 4-1. The match is at 6 o'clock tomorrow, 6 o'clock at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Tuesday will be the match in Kingston at the National Stadium, and that match will be at 7 o'clock. Varka, Balaman, him, Gui, enough problem, my G. Reggae Boy Central says, my 11, Foster, Thomas, Maps, King, Lembikisa. Okay, so the same back four. Walker, Hutchinson, Splat, Ravel, Whisper, and Anderson. Okay. If I saw that 11, Reggae Boy Central, I would not complain at all. In fact, I'm not really a complainer. I mean, I don't get miserable quite often, but yeah, that's 11. B says Jamaica 2, Trinidad 1. Okay. Ladapio's class, best TT player ever, in my opinion. I have to give it to Dwight York. Who would captain the Jamaica team? Adrian Mariappa. Jamaica 1, Trinidad 0. Truthfully, Simon, I'm not interested in the score. I'm more interested in how we play, how the players carry out the coach's tactics and instructions. Yes, Fabi, I've always maintained that when it comes to friendly internationals, it should be about the quality of the performance and not necessarily the result. But I think the result is very important for a number of reasons. One, to get Coach Hallgrimson his first win as head coach of the Reggae Boys. His first game was back in September, and we are now in March. So we need to get Coach Hallgrimson his first win in charge of the Reggae Boys. Get the first win so we can keep the wins ticking over little by little, build some momentum, build some positivity, build some confidence to a higher degree, a higher level, an elevated level. So those are important factors why the results will also be important tomorrow. It's our rivals as well, Trinidad and Tobago. So another reason why this is important, and a draw or a loss could make an impact in the rankings as well. And bear in mind, at the end of the March window, this is the ranking that will determine seedings when it comes to the next edition of the CONCACAF Nations League. And, November, this calendar year, is when we will know the seedings in relation to the World Cup qualifiers, how and which group Jamaica could be in the World Cup qualifiers. So that's why every single result is so important. Back-to-back wins against Trinidad, back-to-back wins for Coach Hallgrimson, and we're on a little bit of a roll and of a momentum. Heading into the Mexico game, we have wins and victories under our belt, and we would have played an extra game over Mexico leading into the match against Mexico, because remember, Mexico will only be playing Suriname prior to the clash against Jamaica, and this is the best time to play Mexico. And I promise you that there won't be any better time to play in Mexico. This is the best time. The best time. Best time. The best time. Honestly, I have no sympathy for Trinidad. They played Anguilla just to get a win. They embarrassed them 16-0. Actually, I think it was 16-0. You say 15-0 in the comments, but I think it was actually 16-0. But yeah, Anguilla are the weakest team within CONCACAF. They're the weakest team in CONCACAF. Hands down, the weakest team. But yeah, you're right, Mr. Galaxy. It was 15. November 10, 2019, 15-0. Anguilla have had some tough results. Very, very tough results. 15-0. And their biggest win ever in international football is 4-1. That's their biggest ever win in football. They haven't won many games in international football. But you know that Anguilla do have players apply their trade over in England, like Cian Duncan. Cian Duncan plays for Binfield. And they also have like Luke Paris. Luke Paris plays his way at Uxbridge. And we know Uxbridge are a team that plays basically within the 7th or 8th tier of English football. Jermaine Hughes, good player. Very good player, in my opinion. And in terms of head-to-head, they beat the British Virgin Islands 4 times. They beat Montserrat once. They beat St. Martin, the French one, 3 times. So they've only mustered up 8 wins in international football. 8 wins in international football. That's the lowest of any team. Even Montserrat has won more games than Anguilla. Clean sheet straight. I agree with getting a win because of ranking and for confidence, but for the development of the team, I'm most interested, in my opinion. And that's fair. That's fair. But I want the result tomorrow. York was definitely more prolific, but Latabe was a general in midfield. He made Trinidad tick. We need at least a point from Mexico. A point? We're going to need a victory because remember, Mexico plays Suriname, and Mexico are likely to defeat Suriname. So that would put Mexico at the top of the group, which means that Jamaica would have a must-win game against Mexico to advance to the semi-finals of the Nations League. Don you Jamaica says Jamaica was set 3-0. In CONCACAF? Yeah, I would have to say so. Anguilla, Bahamas, British Virgin Islands, those are the 3 weakest in the region. We need a win versus Mexico. Yep, we do. I'm Atlanta, Georgia, and you are my go-to source for Reggae Boys everything. Thanks very much, Dave. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Simon, any news on streaming for the game? Me want to win. Yeah. Simon, will you be doing a pre-game with... I will keep you posted. I'll keep you posted. If not, then you know exactly where to come on YouTube for that, right? You guys know exactly where you need to come. So, yeah. TTC Resource Center says TNT 2, Jamaica 1. Okay, so we have a Trinidad and Tobago stakeholder within the chat, and he says 2-1. The last time Trinidad and Tobago defeated Jamaica in Jamaica was 2013. This is also at the Catherine Hall Sports Complex in 2013. That was a decade ago. Trinidad and Tobago in Jamaica. Jamaica have the upper hand in terms of results. Now, you guys have been asking in terms of my thoughts. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, what they have at Jamaica, I don't want to say don't have, but what Trinidad and Tobago has, the slides of edges, is more time together. So they've been in camp from around the early January thereabouts, even though there's no TT Pro League. And they had a practice match this calendar year already. Remember, Trinidad and Tobago played St. Martin this year. And that is the French St. Martin. French St. Martin that they played this year. All right. So they have that experience under their belt. The head coach St. Martin, Stefan Ovray. So Trinidad and Tobago took on St. Martin earlier this year. It was Ajani Fortune and also Real Gill who are on the score sheet. So for Trinidad and Tobago, this calendar year, this will be their second game of the year. They ended 2022 with 2 losses. They lost 2-1 to Tajikistan and 2-1 to Thailand. 2022, by extension, they had a 9-0 victory over Barbados, a 1-1 draw against Guyana, a 2-1 loss to Nicaragua, a 1-0 win over the Bahamas, a 2-0 win over St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and a 4-1 victory over St. Vincent and the Grenadines as well. Trinidad and Tobago are preparing for 2 Nations League games, one against Bahamas, away from home in Nassau on March 24, and one against Nicaragua on March 27 at home. As it relates to how Trinidad are right now in terms of their group in the Nations League, they have a lot of work to do. Because Nicaragua, they have 10 points. Trinidad and Tobago, they have 9. And Nicaragua, they play St. Vincent and the Grenadines next. Trinidad and Tobago plays the Bahamas, and it will be the dual battle at the Dwight York Stadium on March 27 to determine group honors. If you top the group, you qualify for the Gold Cup. If you come second, then you advance into the Gold Cup preliminaries, and that could mean, well, a tricky clash, a tough clash. Well, Bahamas have been on the rise. Remember, Bahamas beat St. Vincent and the Grenadines by a goal to nil. Leslie Saint-Fleur, remember him from Sporting Central Academy and Montego Bay United, born in Haiti, but representing Bahamas. Did you know that he's even played at a World Cup? Yep. He played at a World Cup. Leslie Saint-Fleur played for the Bahamas at the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup, which was hosted in the Bahamas. It's a pity that Jamaica hasn't hosted a beach soccer World Cup as yet, but I think we'll get there one day. Let's give it a little bit of time. We'll get there. We'll get there one day. Kamar Foster is such a fantastic goalkeeper, but his age stopped him from getting a fair chance. He's 30. I wouldn't say age has stopped him. Playing Anguilla was an absolute waste of time to down New Jamaica. You have any idea how the starting 11? Well, what I have on my screen is basically what I would like to see. My results at 6 or 7-0, nothing less. Anguilla has a lot of work to do. More than a lot of work to do. First of all, Anguilla needs to have an airport where you can have international flights and not need a ferry to go from one island to go to Anguilla, you know? Joe Smith and Simon going to the match? Yes, sir! Because I have not missed a home game since 2003. I haven't missed a home game since 2003, guys. You see, March 2003 was my first game. Jamaica against Martinique at the National Stadium. The match ended 2-2. And since then, I haven't missed a home game. I've been to Gold Cup 2003, Copa America 2015, 16, Caribbean Cup 2017. Handful of friendlies outside of the country. But I haven't missed a home game in 20 years. And I can show you ticket stubs or credentials. I can show you. St. Martin playing. Well, for St. Martin, the French one, it's Martin. What you just spelled out is the Dutch one. Yeah. I live Dutch side. I've coached a few of the French St. Martin players. Okay, cool. Trinity fans talking about 2-1 in no dreams. Win both games, nothing less. Jamaica for the win, says King Judas. Yes. Jamaica for the win. Mr. Preston, how's it going, fellas? Going good, man. Yeah, man, all is well, man. Hope you're doing okay. You know, Galaxy making strides comparing to where they were. Yeah. In all honesty, I'm more interested in seeing how Jamaica plays or executes the new coach plan, passing, movement off the ball, and decision making. We'll see all of that and how it unfolds tomorrow. Will the game be televised? No. The game won't be televised tomorrow. Simon, international flight has been going to Anguilla. Yes, I know, but are they from like the States and Canada, or are they from neighboring islands like St. Kitts and Montserrat and Antigua? Simon, when you update the poll, I'm gonna vote. What is in 20 years about? Can I update the poll? I don't think I can make the changes to the poll. Come on, guys. Let's get to 100 likes. There's 90 likes. Come on, guys. Smash the like button. Let's go. Smash the like button right now. It doesn't take you 5 seconds to hit the like button. Let's go. Smash the like button. No. Let's go. Smash the like button. No. Right now in the poll, 9%. Let's see. Okay. 55% says Jamaica 3-0. 27% says 2-1. 9% says 1-0. And 6% says 1-1. Okay, cool. Come on, guys. Just 8 likes to go. 8 likes to go. Come on, guys. Just hit the like button. Let's go. Flights have been leaving Miami to Anguilla. Okay, cool. Will you be live streaming the match? We shall see, Tyreek Thompson. We shall see. USL Championship kicks off tomorrow. Any Jamaicans to watch out for? Quite a bit, in fact. Quite a bit of Jamaicans. Quite a number of Jamaicans to look out for tomorrow. And I'll start this off by letting you know in terms of those Jamaicans in particular. So, first thing first, let me tell you who we should look out for. Miami FC versus FC Tulsa. Christopher Pearson. That's one. Birmingham Legion against Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Nico Brett against Kennarda Forbes and Jamali Waite. Charleston Battery against Phoenix Rising. Andrew Booth against Kevin Lambert. And a couple of games, El Paso Locomotive against Colorado Springs Switchbacks. That's Wednesday. Romario Williams, Malik Foster, Devon Speedy Williams, and Deshane Beckford. A couple of games in the MLS. Vancouver Whitecaps, that's Javane Brown, against FC Dallas. Philadelphia Union, Andre Blake and Damian Logan, Chicago Fire. FC Cincinnati, Alvas Powell against the Seattle Sounders. Minnesota United against New York Red Bulls. Kemar Taxi Lawrence against Scory Burke. Yeah. So there you have it. How does that sound? Yeah, happy for Angola is making strides, making me happy, but they need to continue. Really want them to win a match in Nations League. They got St. Lucia at home next. Okay. Ray Baba says 3-2. Reggae Boys are going to pull off a Liverpool 7-7. If it is ever 7-0, I tell you, if it is ever 7-0, that would be amazing. It would be amazing. Come on, guys. 6 more likes to go. Come on, smash the like button right now. Smash the like button now. 6 likes to go. It's not that hard. Is this an opportunity for the coach to test players and have an eye-open test? Yes, it is. We'll be watching the FC Tulsa and Miami game. A Somali international is playing. Okay, wonderful. It's amazing how much things in common Somalia and Jamaica have. Colin Anderson 3, Whisper 3, and Amari Hutchinson 1. I'll take that right now. Last time a Reggae Boy scored a hat-trick on his international debut was Luton Shelton, November 24, 2004. Yes, Anguilla has recently been getting flights from Miami. That's a start at least. Yeah. I'm guessing it's on American Airlines Eagle. I'm sure it's not the Boeing, but American Airlines Eagle, I guess. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I have a feeling it's the Eagle, American Eagle flight. So, yeah. I'm guessing this is Clayton J. Lloyd International Airport that we're referring to in the Valley. So American Eagle. But I'm aware of Air Sunshine from Dominica. I'm also aware of Cape Air, which is from St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm aware of Coastal Air, but that's a charter plane. Silva Airways, which is based in Fort Lauderdale, but it goes to San Juan in Puerto Rico. I know Sky High. I know Tradewinds Aviation, but that's only seasonal. It's not all the time. And Trans Anguilla Airways, which is basically goes to like Nevis and St. Bart's and St. Eustatius and St. Kitts and Tortola and the Virgin Gorda, which is in the BVI. So I'm aware of that. But my understanding it's now twice a week, American Airlines from Miami to Anguilla. Yeah, that's my understanding. Come on, guys, 4 likes to go. Let's go. 4 likes to go. Let's go. Edmonds Hall says Jamaica 4, Trinidad 1. Okay. As Ab says, yeah, indeed. Charles Brahma, how are you doing, sir? Hope you are good. How are things? Ray Ando says Machaga stream. All being well. All being well. It should. All being well, it should be. All being well, it should be. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's something for you to look over for. Yeah. Quite simple, you know. All right, guys. I'm going to go on a quick break and be back with much more right here on Reggae Boys Commentary. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now. Yep. So, my prediction, I haven't done so. I've just been reading a lot of comments. I haven't given mine. I know it's American Airlines, but the jet that they use specifically is the American Airlines Eagle jet, which is a smaller planes, I think. Last 10 matches we played, our weakness is giving up late goals. Yeah, that's been a concern. Something to be worked upon, for sure. Yeah, Charles, I understand. One day at a time. One day at a time. We'll have to make it work. We'll have to. You're right. But Mario Russell has raised a compelling point, because if you even go back to the game against Cameroon, you definitely see what Mario Russell is talking about. Because in that game in particular, Cameroon scored their goal in the 74th minute. Argentina's, when Messi came on, it was late in the 80 odd minutes in the game. Prior to that, when you look at matches that Jamaica played in 2022, game against Qatar, Jamaica conceded in the 83rd minute. Against Morocco, the 74th and the 80th minute. Against Mexico on the stroke of halftime. Against Suriname in Suriname, the 84th minute. Against Catalonia, 74th, 86th minute. Goals conceded in that time frame. Against Canada in Canada, 82nd and 88th minutes. So 2022 was a year where there were a lot of late goals conceded. And I'm confident that it's something that has been worked on and has been fixed. Yeah. Have you been watching the GOAT out there in Saudi Arabia? Yeah, he's scoring goals for fun. He's enjoying himself. And I want to see, actually, after 2 years, if he's going to be like, I'm bored, or he's going to say to himself that, it's time for a new challenge. Maybe Major League Soccer, maybe the Canadian Premier League, the first player to the Canadian Premier League. But I know that he is aware that this would be his last big payday. This is the last opportunity, the last club that will offer him. But it has been good. 8 goals, 8 games for Al Nassr. I just wonder though. Yes, he didn't play for Man United in the League Cup this season, but should he get a medal from the League Cup? Something to think about. But he's won everything. He's won everything in Europe. Everything in Europe. So he's done everything that he could. If this Jamaican team is fit, there will be no late goals. Indeed. Indeed. And I expect there to be fitness. All being well, very passionate about my country football. I pay attention to every detail of the teams as my so yeah. It has been quite an evening, Reggae Boys fans. It has been an evening of analysis. And for those of you that didn't get to tune in, I'm going to repeat what I said so that everybody is fully aware of what I'm saying. Are you guys ready? Okay. Well, here we go. It's knocking on the door for the first time in 6 years. 6 years since the Caribbean's oldest, fiercest, and most potent rivalry was ignited. It's more than just dancehall versus soca, more than just reggae versus calypso, more than just Chris Gayle against Brian Lara, more than just Miss World versus Miss Universe, which Jamaica has the edge in, more than just the Caribbean Cup crowns. It is the Reggae Boys of Jamaica against the Soca Warriors of Trinidad and Tobago. The battle, the rivalry, the fixtures produced so many wonderful memories. From Tyrone Marshall scoring from 35 yards out to Chris Birchall's retirement from international football on home soil to Andre Blake's super save as Jamaica clinched the Caribbean Cup on home soil. This fixture is deeper, much deeper than just football. This is us versus them. In cricket, the Tallows versus the Night Riders or the Scorpions versus the Red Force. From Dwight York to Russell Latapy to Dennis Lawrence to Arnold Dworka to Nigel Peer to Jerry Nixon. Hazley Crawford to George Bovell to Kishore Walcott. From Bert Cameron, Donald Quarry, Asafa Powell to Usain Bolt. Jack Warner, Captain Horace Burrell. Ronnie Simoes, Clovis de Oliveira, Ian Porterfield, Leo Bean Haka, Sol Campbell. This is Jamaica against Trinidad and Tobago. Only 1,915 kilometers separates both countries, but both have left a lasting imprint on the world that will forever be on the lips of millions worldwide. So whether you are in Port of Spain, Tunapuna, John, Laventil, Laventure, Cuva, Arima, Santa Cruz, San Fernando, or Kingston, Clarendon, Manchester, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Portland, you are in for an episode that you'll not forget. And what is that? That is episode number 61 of this tempestuous rivalry. I thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I am grateful for you tuning in. I am hopeful that you guys appreciated what I said as we look forward to what lies ahead. A big game, a massive game. So, I'm looking forward to it. And Russell, I'm also looking forward to that as well. Indeed, ISABs. Indeed. Everybody, get a good night's rest. Rest your voice, because tomorrow, if you don't get your rest, you might have to just whisper about it. Maybe, just maybe, you might have to whisper about it. And if not, you may have to call Uncle Maps or call the sprint star in Colin Anderson, or the goal machine in Trevante Stewart, or Heimer's fledglings, Amari Hutchinson, Splat, Dexter Lembakisa, Dante Casanova, and others. So get your rest, because you might have to whisper about it. Yeah, and we don't want you to whisper about it. Okay? Don't want you to whisper about it. All right, guys. Have a pleasant evening. Okay? And I'll see you all in Montego Bay. If you guys are going to the Montego Bay Sports Complex, just give me a hail. Sounds good. Just give me a hail. All right. And we'll talk some footy. Sounds good? Good. Have a pleasant evening, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Come on, guys. Let's get to 20K. Let's go. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah?
Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share, and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like, and share. Is that the right order?
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share, and subscribe, please.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, I'm Chris Binney, and I'm Jamaica's #1 squash player and 9-time Caribbean champion, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share button below.
Skin clean and nice and ting and ting. I'm Tiffany Cannon, Reggae Girl Striker, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.